But this morning, when I opened Twitter, this is the first thing I saw. She posted this gorgeous photo, and someone quote tweeted and said, "Evil Chloe Bailey." This morning, I saw a creator that I've been following for years across multiple platforms become the topic of discussion about colorism. Meet Couture, a beautiful woman who makes content about lifestyle, travel, spirituality, and hair. I've been seeing her all over the internet for years. She's iconic. But this morning, when I opened Twitter, this is the first thing I saw. She posted this gorgeous photo, and someone quote tweeted and said, "Evil Chloe Bailey." And people called this person out, rightfully so, for being colorist. Of course, there were a number of people who were like, "He didn't mean it like that, it's not that deep." But it is that deep. Impact of colorism outweighs someone's intentions. Whether or not that person meant to be colorist, and giving him the benefit of the doubt is really generous, it doesn't matter because the impact is still the same. Calling dark-skinned people evil has real-life implications and leads to actual violence. You don't have to take my word for it, but I challenge you to take the implicit association test produced by Harvard. There's a test specifically for colorism, so if you don't think that you contribute to colorism, you very well might.
Just like this lady is saying, the intention outweighs your words. The things that you say, the things that come out of your mouth. This is why in the olden days, your words were your bond, which means that they hold you by your word. You stand by your word. What you say is your truth because words come back to you. They do. It's just white people did not believe in that concept. But our people were teaching us for ages that you must be mindful you must be wiseful of the things that you say with your mouth. You may not think they have the intention to do harm, but they do. This is why also in the Bible, they associate blackness with evil. So when you unintentionally do not think and just use words just because they sound nice to you, or they sound interesting to you, or they sound like the super villain that you could use that. No, when you use words like that, you are intentionally spreading harm, unintentionally, Because how do you call someone the evil Chloe Bailey if it is not associated with you somehow consciously thinking that blackness equals evil? Because it does. Somewhere in your subconscious, you are there thinking in your mind that she looks the way, she's the opposite of good. What is acceptable in the media? The evil Chloe Bailey. Do you see how that sounds? They'll be like, it's not that deep. Nothing is ever too deep in black spaces with black problems because you never really think. You never really think. You never really think until it starts happening to you. And when it does happen to you, you invalidate yourself, you invalidate your experience, you invalidate every single thing about you that you experience in the system. So people had every right to call that man out. And then he did put fire next to it. I remember also talking to a popular influencer. It has nothing to do with this whole thing. I'm moving away from the topic a bit. I am moving away from the topic a bit. Okay? Is that clear? I remember specifically this week, it must be 2 days ago, I was talking to a famous creator in the States, right? And we were going back and forth on YouTube. She's a YouTube and she's a documenter. She talks a lot, right, about those kind of things. She had like a free Palestine t-shirt on after she spoke about black issues. I agree, yes, she did have some valid points that talk about Sudan and Congo. But after she talked about black issues centering black people and the things that black people do, she was talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce. But after having that intense conversation that these people are not our saviors, she puts on a free Palestine. And I was like, free Palestine? Like a free Palestine hoodie. And I was like, in that moment, it's powerful statements. You need powerful statement. It made it like a bold statement. Like, you can't move from such a heavy topic of not centering celebrities who don't center us, and then you go to something as Palestine is not black. So you're like, you free Palestine. Why can't you say free Congo? In addition to the country that you mentioned, that adds a statement. That is a symbolism. That is a symbolism. It's the language behind the word that you use. And then let's go back to the conversation that we're talking about, the symbolism of fire, the symbolism of evil, the symbolism of colorism in our community. Those are the things that are important. Those are the things that people look at. And it's symbolism, again, that's used in Christianity a lot. It's symbolism, again, that that lady, that famous creator, used without her being conscious of movement, conscious in that moment, that free Palestine, after having a heavy conversation about not centering celebrities, that these black people are not our saviors, and then you jump and you free Palestine. Make it make sense. Okay, make it make sense. Okay, you could have had like free Congo in that moment. You make like a bold statement in your video, because thousands of people are gonna watch that, right? It's important. It's important. And I was calling her out on that, and I was so serious. And I was talking to her directly. I'm not gonna address any other comments, because other people were like, oh, she said this, blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna address that. I'm gonna address you. I'm talking to you. Okay? You need like a powerful, bold statement. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to multiple people. I'm talking to you. So when we do things of sort, we need to be mindful of the impact, of the repercussions of the very same thing that we are doing, because it's very impactful. They are. It impacted me. I was not even conscious of the very thing that it was impacting me of, but it was impacting me. I felt some type of way that how are we having black-centered conversations and you're mentioning Palestine? In Palestine situations, do Palestinians go and be like Africans, but Congolese? Do they do that? Come on, don't tell me that. No, they where? Because I've seen even people make slogans such as "Free Palestine before Congo." This is why I, even myself, have moved away from this thing. It's symbolism. The main point here is symbolism. It's important. How we talk about ourselves, how we present ourselves to the world, how we want to be seen by the world. That is important. That is the narrative. That is things that shape. Be conscious of that. I guess this is why also I present the way that I present myself. Even someone might say, you're ugly. It's fine. I'm just tired of existing in a system that does not care about black people. And I have to put in an effort. If I put an effort, you'd know I'm putting in an effort to look good. But I like to relax. I like to sit in my comfortable self and post a video and talk. If you watch, it's fine. If you don't, that's also fine.
She posted this gorgeous photo, and someone quote tweeted and said, "Evil Chloe Bailey."
This is why I don't listen to people who say that there is any symmetry between the experiences of light-skinned women and dark-skinned women in the black community. Because when you are a dark-skinned woman, they project everything negative onto you. This girl posted her picture. She looks gorgeous. Instead of just saying, oh, you look kind of like Chloe Bailey, he says that she's the evil version of Chloe Bailey. And what about her gave evil? I can't see anything on her that gave evil. In my opinion, he just saw her that way because she's darker skinned, and that is the same reason that young lady is crying and shaking all over the internet, going to buy caramel candies to put up to her face and take pictures to prove that she is caramel and not dark skinned, because you guys think dark skin is a negative trait. You think it's bad, a negative thing to be dark skinned, and I'm sorry for y'all.